kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Missouri's offense will get the football first. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week, because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
Hey, they're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Offside defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
I love the offense coming out, being aggressive on the first play of the game. They're trying to take momentum right away, but the defense was waiting, and they were ready, and they get the interception. You can't start a ball game better than the way the defense just did there.
I'm about to say, the defense loves that they came out like that, too. Like, expecting the pass, played the pass, made the first big play in this ball game, the very first play of the game.
So the Michigan Wolverines offense will go to work for the first time today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Beck's going for the goal line. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
How about the offense? The offense goes with the run on 3rd and goal, thinking they can push it in there and be physical. The defense is having absolutely none of that. Nice job by the defense, committing to the run, being physical, and stuffing this offense.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They want to throw it. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Trying to slam in.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Trying to barge in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. You've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Second down, he'll throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Complete to the right. Turning it on. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's complete. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Tigers headed quickly to the line.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
On second and goal, he carries again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on fourth and goal from the 1. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tiger.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on fourth down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one.
Breaks into the open. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Wolverines come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Out of the gun to give to the back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Quarterback making adjustments. They march to the red zone, and here they go. It's complete to the right. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Some early drama here. We're all even at the end of one of this postseason showdown. Let's take a look at the stats so far. As we move into the second, let's hope the rest of the game lives up to the early start. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And the Wolverines, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Here's a heat. Looking to get it in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They'll open this drive, open to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Missouri wants to go fast. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Going to sling it on second down. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They'll go to the ground. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Snares it outside. It's Marsh. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
Well, I'll give the defense a lot of credit because the quarterback had nowhere to go downfield with that one. He just tried to spit it out to the perimeter. Nice catch, but they only gave up 1 yard.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. It's complete to the left. Down to the 32 and out of bounds right there. And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. On the option. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll send the back in motion. Off the play fake. Fakes to grab. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Here's the pressure. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And with the field goal, we're tied here in the 2nd quarter. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Making side adjustments here. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Back to pass. Right down the middle. He's open on the right. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
Bringing the heat. Caught over the middle. It's Finley.
It is is so difficult to play man coverage nowadays with all the space and spread and speed on the field. One false step, and they make you pay just like they did right there.
He wants to throw it again. Got it in the middle. It's Ramsey. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The Wolverines line it up with a 1st and goal. He might want another play. Fires into the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Fires to the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Grab near the sticks. It's Marsh. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on a third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up with.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, 2 quarters down in the Pop-Tart Bowl. A couple of teams who battled their way here into bowl season looking to bring home some hardware. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Pop-Tart Bowl.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. And they got it done in the first half, but the job now, follow up, close the deal, and bring home a bowl victory.
Finish. You hear teams say it all the time, and that applies to them right now, David, here in the second half. It's a lot of really good things, and that first half needs some more big plays here to get this W.
And you've seen it with bowl games. Big swings, man. When the rust comes off after that first half and people get in the rhythm, you've seen big comebacks. So I know they're winning, but keep the foot on the gas. This first possession is crucial.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Calls it in. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Now, as
intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
Holds and fires complete to the right. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Grabbed behind the line. It's marked. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Inside the 15. First and 10 from the 14. Gets the back moving. Off the play fake on first down. Wants to throw. Into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Missouri.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. And the Wolverines can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. All wideouts, no backs. Wants to go up top on first down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. To the air on 1st down. Working that left side now. Good, solid pickup there now. They can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Looking to throw again. Finds the tight end. There he goes. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. And the Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got it in the middle, it's Finley. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. On the run, it's Finley. Touchdown, Michigan! And that one will give them the lead. He'll try to tack on one more.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Rich. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Missouri wants to go fast.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that play.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. He'll be brought down, but it'll move the chains for Mizzou. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Fires to the big fella.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
That has to sting as a defense. In a 3rd and obvious passing situation, you're going against this dual-threat quarterback you know can scramble, right? You've got to have somebody at home either spying him or mirroring him, expecting that to happen. That time, the defense wasn't in the right position, and the quarterback absolutely killed them with his legs, picking up the 1st down.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Missouri will have to send out the punt team. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to the ground with the running back. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They stop him just a length or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Crosses the 30 to the 29 before he stopped. Pick up a 5 on the play. It's a 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in a slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got his man. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on 1st and goal, they can also drain the clock. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Takes it from the gun on third down. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On fourth down, going to the air. Lost one deep down the right side. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one, and you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that fourth down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when. Stuck it right on him, and they keep the drive alive.
So now it's second and long. The RPO fired complete to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Throws toward the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. You're just trying to take a shot and see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. The short hands. It's Ramsey. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Wants to go up top on first down. Quick strike complete. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He wants to change this route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense. That's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Turning it on. He's inside the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense putting points on the board.
That's such a great job by the defense because they never quit on the play. Yeah, they gave up a completion, but did you see them swarm to it, rip the ball out? They're able to scoop it, score. That is an unbelievable effort play by the defense.
And the extra point draws them closer. It's 31-24. stream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. The offense has been really productive both ways, both scoring and giving up the ball, David.
Yeah, the boomer bust offense is not good. Like, we have to take care of the football. It's a premium taking care of the football. Every time you've taken care of it, Palmer, you've driven down the field and had successful drives.
I didn't have this on my bingo card, I'll be honest. Turning the ball over this much and still having to lead. But their defense and special teams have done their part. Offensively now, just do your job, and you're probably pulling away in this one.
To the air on second down. Makes the catch. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
This receiver is such a weapon. He has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
To the air on first down. Finds his man. No chance to run, but still a good gain. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Wants to throw on third. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game. But it all comes down to this play right here.
Here's a throw downfield late. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. And the Wolverines inside the final minute trying to protect the lead and the ball. Going right to work up top. Rushes on him. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Snags it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. And as they come to the line, they have the lead, and they have the clock on their side. First and goal. And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a two-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to take off. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He'll try to take it back. He's at the... and with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Michigan! So you think they shouldn't run up the score like this? I remember an old story of one coach telling the other one, I only coach one team, man. It's your job to stop me.
Yeah, I like that approach. That should be your philosophy, but that doesn't mean you don't remember that. You have a turn later on a lot of times when your team's better to do the same thing, to return the favor, and make him forget that.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to go up top. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't.
And the ball's loose in the backfield. And the offense gets the ball back. The clock hits 0, and the O will also take the loss. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
And with that, the season comes to a close for these two teams. Another bowl game is all wrapped up, and we are finished as well. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, thanking our entire crew and thanking you for being with us for another presentation of EA Sports College Football. We'll see you next season.